Stimulus checks just dropped. What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna spend it, you're gonna save it. How about flip it? Stay tuned, I'm gonna tell you the best way to flip your stimulus check using wholesale real estate. All right, guys, so everybody's been blowing me up my inbox. Julian, I got some money. Now, what do? It's a great question. But listen, with this extra, disposable income that you now have, I want you to be smart with it. You need to do what's best for you and your family, whether that means paying bills, whether that means going to buy groceries, whatever's going to be best for you. But I'm here to tell you how you can take that money and create more money using real estate wholesaling. Now, before I get into it, I'm going to assume a couple things. I'm going to assume you have a car, right? I'm going to assume you have a license, and I'm going to assume you have a phone. The basic things. But I'm going to say that up front. I'm going to assume you have these three things before I really get into the details. Assuming you have all those three things, the first thing I want you to do, number one, something called driving for dollars. Now, that's very, very simple, guys. I want you to click the video in the description where I tell you where I want you to go driving for dollars and what I want you to look for. The video is called The Best Wholesaling Markets. I'm going to have it in the description. Now, what I want you to do is do this for 10 days in a row. Yes, 10 days in a row. I want you to drive in these neighborhoods looking for distressed abandoned property. It should take you about an hour and a half each day. I want you to get about 15 houses per day. That's pretty simple, 15 houses per day for 10 days straight. Do the math, 15 houses per day for 10 days straight. It's gonna be about 150 properties. That's gonna cost you roughly, I would say, no more than $100. So right there, you should have 150 leads, potential leads on properties that you've put your eyes on, that you saw specifically that may be in distress. Cost you about $100. Now, your stimulus has gone from $1,400 down to $1,300. But you also have 150 leads that you can potentially go after, right? Now that you have those leads, number two, I want you to go to jewpropertydata.com. jewpropertydata.com. I'm going to put the link in the description as well. This is a 7-day free trial. 7-day free trial of PropStream, a system I use in my business every single day. This will allow you to input the property address into the system to see who owns the property. It's going to give you the person's first name, last name, mailing address, property address to see who's the owner of record. Again, it's jewpropertydata.com. It's totally free, a 7-day free trial. But after the free trial is over, you're gonna be billed $97 per month. I want you to go ahead and pay that $97 per month so you'll have access to more than the 50, records during the trial period. Trial period, you'll get about 50 leads where you can look at them and save them and export them. But I want you to go ahead and pay for that first month, $97. This will give you access to, I think, about 10,000 records where you can access them. You can look, you can download these records. So go ahead and pay for that. And I want you to pull a list of vacant properties and tax delinquent properties. I would say this again, a list of vacant properties and a list of tax delinquent properties. I want you to pull 2,000 records. 2,000 records. I also have a video where I'll show you exactly how to pull these lists. Now, when you pull the list, I want you to make sure you have a minimum equity percentage of 50% equity in these properties. Let's kind of recap everything already. You just paid for the PropStream, $97 per month. You pull 2,000 records from the PropStream system that has at least 50% equity and tax delinquent and or vacant properties. So now you're at $1,300, you back out $97, you're at $1,203 is what you're at now. Now, you have to be able to contact these people who own the properties. So what we're gonna do now is called skip trace, and we wanna skip trace the owners to see if they would consider an offer. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, right? So then we wanna skip trace. I want you to go to batchleads.com. There's a link in my bio again to another 7-day free trial. I think it's 7 days. They also give you 5,000 free records. 5,000 free records too. It's completely free. Set it up. I want you to input the records into batch leads, and I want you to skip trace the owners. Skip trace. It's going to give you the person's phone number, if they can find it, phone numbers, emails, mailing addresses, any way to contact these people. Once you have the records, you need to format it and get it in so you can start cold calling. But whenever you skip trace the 2,000 that you've pulled from PropStream, and also the 150 that you found from Driving for Dollars, you should have about 2,200 records, what I'm going to assume, right? Now, skip tracing is not free. That's going to cost some money. So I'm going to assume for 2,000 records, 2,200 records are going to cost you about $400. You paid the $400. That's going to bring your balance down from 1,203 minus the 400. You're at $803 right now from your 1,400 stimulus check. Now, this is where you have to make a decision. You now have the leads, you have the phone numbers, and now you have to find a way to call these people. You can cold call, you can text, you can send mail. You now have to decide, do you want to pay for a dialer, an auto dialer, that way you can power through these calls, or do you want a hand dial? I recommend you getting an auto dialer to speed things up, a triple line dialer or a single line dialer. So what that means is basically, instead of you dialing every number, you put the numbers into an auto dialer and it calls numbers for you automatically. I recommend you finding whatever suits your budget. There's plenty of people out there that have systems that you can go to use to power through these numbers. But just do your own research and see what works best for you. I use a dialer in my company. It works great. I can call up to 12 people at one time if I choose to. But I have a dialer. I recommend you do that. Set aside time every day, whether you go after work, on your lunch break, whatever you can do, and power through. Make yourself do this. Don't cut corners, don't cheat, make yourself do this. When you speak to these people, just to ask them, hey, this is Julian. I'm so sorry to bother you, man, but I was wondering, there's a property over on 123 Main Street. I was wondering, would you maybe consider an offer at all? That's what I would say the same way. Here's what I would say again. Hey, this is Julian, Mr. Seller. Sorry to bother you. I'm not sure if you're the right person or not, but there's a property over on 123 Main Street. Would you maybe consider an offer? I would use that same tonality to kind of, I would ease into the conversation. That's what I would say. And I would, build rapport, of course, be yourself, but I would make them an offer range over the phone. If we're paying between X and X price, was that something you would consider? Make them an offer range. You want to power through these things, because the goal here is to get your property to flip your earnest, to flip your stimulus check as quickly as possible. So I will cold call, keep calling people, making offer ranges over the phone, looking for people that are motivated to sell their property. Once you find someone that's going to sell their property, you then get a contract. I'm going to put the link to my free contract in the description, the one that I use in my business today. It's totally free. It's a simple one-page agreement. You send that contract to the person, preferably via email, where they can do it right there on the spot. Or if you want to meet them, you go out and meet them, or put it in the mail. But I suggest you do it through email, where you can get it done immediately, or in person where you can get them to sign at that certain time. Once you have the contract, you now have equitable interest in that property. Now, my agreement gives you a certain time frame to buy the property or to close on the property. But what you're going to do in the meantime is go out and find a cash buyer who can buy that contract from you. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your local RIA associations, local RIA meetings. RIA stands for Real Estate Investing Associations. You're going to go to these meetings. You're going to stand up in front of everybody. Hey guys, my name is Julian McLean. I'm a local investor in the area. Totally new, I'm just learning, but I have a property over on 123 Main Street. Think it'd be a great opportunity for someone. I'm asking $20,000 for it, or whatever your price may be. Don't be afraid, stand up. Tell them who you are, tell them the property, show them the property flyer that you have made up, show them some picture of the property, whatever you have, right? You're gonna find buyers at your local RIAs. Also, I want you to join local Facebook groups. Local Facebook groups if you're in Charlotte, if you're in Atlanta, if you're in Dallas, if you're in California, wherever you are, join local Facebook groups to find people who are looking for properties. You're gonna find tons of buyers there. Find a buyer for your property that you trust, that has done deals, and get the transaction closed. They will help you. They'll show you who to use to close the deal. They'll walk the properties. They'll get everything done for you. This is the best way, in my opinion. Again, local RIA meetings, Facebook groups. The best ways to find your cash buyers as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. Now, once you've done that, you're now going to send your cash buyer an assignment agreement. You guys are going to agree on the price. You're going to give me the money. You're going to sign it. He's going to, or she's going to sign it. But you two agree on a certain price. You now have a contract with your seller, contract with your buyer. Boom. These two go to your title company or to your attorney. They're going to handle the paperwork. They're going to be good to go, taking for mortgages, liens, judgments, anything that may be owed against the property. Your cash buyer is going to fund the deal, meaning send the money to the attorney. The attorney's then going to disperse the funds. Seller's going to get their money. He's going to get a property, and you're going to get the portion in the middle, what you can negotiate. That is what I recommend you do right now with your stimulus money. No questions about it. That is what I would do. I want you to go through these things. Drive for dollars. You want to get 15 properties per day for 10 days. It's going to be about 150 properties. Cost you about $100. JewPropertyData.com to pull your list of vacant properties. You can pull pre-foreclosures, tax link, whatever you want to pull. Pull the list of about 2,000 properties. It's going to cost you about $97 per month to pay for that software for that month. You're going to go to batch leads, right? Batch leads, link in the description as well for that. You're going to skip trace your 2022. It's going to cost you about $400. Now, you're going to cold call these people. You're going to get an auto dialer, or you can hand dial. It's going to cost you some money, but you do your own. See what's going to be best for you, whether you use a dialer or you hand dial. I suggest you spending $100 or whatever it may cost you to get an auto dialer and power through. Find you some leads, make offer ranges, get the property under contract, get a buyer, flip your money to get a check. You can make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 depending on what you can negotiate. Now you just took your stimulus money and you still have about $500 left over from the $1,400. So it's some money left over. So now you can go, buy some food, whatever you want to do with it. But you also have a closing lined up for the next 2 weeks that will put 5, 10, 15 grand to your pocket from a stimulus check that it fell into your lap. Use the money wisely. Use the money wisely. Be smart with the money. But more importantly, do what's best for you and your family. If there's any questions, guys, that I can help you guys with in the comments, please comment, share with a friend who has some money, who has a stimulus check left. Share it with them. Come together. Be smart. Be smart. This is a time where you guys can really change your life, can really make some extra income for you and your family. I do this business to this very day. I'll do it for the rest of my life. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. But if you have any questions, comment, reach out to me. Everything I've said, the contracts, the systems I use are going to be in the description. Totally free trial. Go ahead and go for it. But listen, guys, thank you for your time. Share it with a friend. Comment. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.